fifth one. We've been doing these every Friday for the last 5 weeks. Me and Marina have been a part of every single one. Choo choo. Hanging in there. A few of us, the crew are in Iceland for the Eclipse Festival, so Amanda can't be here with us this week, but she was streaming in live with the art panel earlier, which we'll tell you guys a little bit about. But for now, we're really excited because, yeah, Chantel is tuning in from Australia first thing in the morning, hasn't had her coffee yet. But we also have a new friend, April, joining us. And so we thought we'd take this time to do a little bit of a tour for those of you who maybe haven't been inside the Mighty Network space, talk about some of the different projects that the Vision Train does as a community. And yeah, so that's where we're starting off. And then, of course, we'll update you on the progress of our fundraiser and the different explorations of the themes that have been coming up throughout the week. So welcome back.
Amazing. Choo choo. Glad to be here with you all. I will share my screen with the mighty network of the Vision Train. We call this the Vision Train Station on the app called Mighty Network. And here, this is like the most important page of the of this station. It's where you can check the schedule of what goes on here on the Vision Train. So these are trips. Since we are on the train, we have trip schedules. So, and we have conductors that are responsible for hosting these trips on the train. And these conductors are all volunteer that come and volunteer their time to come and facilitate gatherings on the Vision Train. Usually we have open studio jams. That's like the basic of the Vision Train. You come here to get your painting, get your art, whatever that you create, and come create together. Like here we are I'm from Brazil. Allie is from the US. April is also from the US, but a different location. And Chantel is from Australia. So we are here in three different time zones, right? Three different countries. Sorry, my English, my friend, is not my first language. But yeah. And we also are in three different continents. So here we are like connected, global, worldwide. And here you can check the schedule. For example, here it is an Open Studio Art Jam with Amanda Satya, and she's from Sweden. And here you can see the conductor of the hour, which I host. That and this trip is only exclusive for conductors, which are the one that are volunteer their time to host trips. And on every Tuesday, there is a work in progress meeting, and you can bring your work in progress and get review live with different artists. So one Tuesday of the month is with Molly, and then the other is with Jeffrey, and then the other is with Molly, the other with Jeffrey. But every Tuesday, and you can see here on the Vision Train, whenever you make your profile, it will show on your time zone. So this is my time zone, Brazil time zone, and you will be able to check automatically in your time zone. And here there is more Open Studio Art Jam. There is this Open Studio Art Jam that I host on the Vision Train for many years now. I started to be a conductor on the Vision Train in 2023. And I started this Open Studio Art Jam that I know these 3 hours here that I'm on the Vision Train. I know that I'm creating. I know that I will get or my drawing or my painting or my clothing, and I will sit down for 3 hours and hone into my creation. So I know like I'm doing this for myself. Like April was even saying this, like I want to be accountable for myself. Like I want to do things. So I did this. I in 2023 I started this discipline of being on the train every Wednesday for 3 hours creating. And it's not like I'm on the train. This is for my life practice. And for other people as well, because people know they can be accountable, that I will be there putting music, good music always, my friends. And this is not me saying. Yeah, so and you can come to the vision train and you can do many things, and it's not only related to art. And for example, we have these meetings with Nina. She hosts these figure drawing classes every Thursday for express members only. So you can support the vision train by becoming a member as well. And when you become a member, you have access to this space that is exclusive for members. So you have to pay $22 a month, or 2020 or 222 a year, to be able to have access to this space. And you get weekly figure drawing classes, you get the entrepreneur palette, and you get special trips, and you also get discounts to workshops. And you may also have discounts for other things that happen on the vision train. But for example, these workshops, Amanda Sage is hosting a lot of workshops this year, and she hosted one also last year. And all these recordings are hosted here on this vision train station as well. So if you, for example, she had just we had in the Lionsgate in Saturday, 8th of 8, August 8, we had the embodied vision workshop. And then here you can have access, if you want to purchase the course, you have access to all the recordings here. You have access to the feed, where you have different artists posting, different artists giving feedback, and many more. And you can also like learn more. April, this space of study with Amanda Sage is free and open to everyone. So if you want to check it out and know more about what's coming to from the workshops of Amanda, you can participate on this space as well. And yeah, and what else? Here also we have these pop-up stations, which are the in real life gatherings that are happening. So we have one happening now in Iceland. We just had a visionary art panel here on the train. It was streamed from Iceland Festival into the Vision Train. This lecture, this panel with Andre Jones, Amanda Sage, Alison Gray, Alex Gray, and Chris Dyer. And it is recorded. And the recording will be available only for the Vision Train members. So if you are a Vision Train members, you can check the recordings of the trip. And here it is one of the like most incredible collections of art that you can find. I believe that you can find online. I will even show more from this, because here is the Daily Visions 2026 feed. So everyone on the Vision Train that is doing the projects of the Daily Vision post their art here. Not everyone, but mostly. And what is the Daily Vision project? It is a project that Amanda started in 2023, where the idea was to create one artwork a day, whatever it is, whatever you sit down for 30 minutes, you sit down for 5 minutes, you sit down for 3 hours, and you finish an artwork. This is the idea. And this was like the main template. And this was molded into the life of different artists. For example, I did a weekly vision for 2 years. So every week I was creating one artwork. And now I'm doing a monthly vision because, yeah, life and its ebbs and flows of creativity and time that we have to create. But I cannot not create. I just cannot. So, and I have this project to keep me accountable to create at least one illustration a month, that I'm really, wow, I've moved through my technique, through my creativity, and through this exploration of making art. So this project has unlocked, and I can say this for myself, and Kyra also shared this. She's also host a trip on the vision train about the daily visions, and she shared about this as well. How this practice can change our creative expression. It's impressive. Like, just do it and try it for yourself. One artwork a day. If you cannot, one artwork a week. If you cannot, at least one artwork a month. And do it, however it is, but do it. This is the motivation, and this is like the steam power of the vision train, like we keep fueling each other up with this accountability. Yeah, and I really want to show you guys. Well, here on the Mighty Network, you can access, it is free to create a profile. So please create a profile, RSVP to the trips, leave your notification on so you know when the trips are happening. Also, introduce yourself, post on the feed. Here we have the Vision Train Global Art Jam. I just made a post here the other day. What I was about, yeah, it was the half butterfly, yeah, the almost done butterfly. Yeah, so you can introduce yourself, you can know each other, and you can connect with other artists like this. You can connect, like I am connected to artists from all over the world because of the Vision Train. So this is really interesting, like how this community can really change our life. And here on the website, you can also see the different projects of the Vision Train, because the Vision Train has also the drawing project and the daily visions. And I will share here with you. And you can see a compilation of all the daily visions from 2025 and all the artists that participated on the daily vision of 2025. I find this really interesting. It was really nice to put this together, and like it's even better than a social media feed, I can guarantee you guys. So yeah, here on the Vision Train website, you can find a lot of information about the Vision Train and about all the projects. You can find about the conductors, what it is to be a conductor, how to become a conductor, and also this trip that we host once a month, every last Friday of the month. That is the Critical Mass, monthly virtual convergence on Zoom, where we come and we it's really interesting, my friends. Like, please come on a Friday, because we get together, and the subjects that come through, it is really interesting, because we have always a introduction, so something like a starting point, and then we have a lecture, or a round panel or something like that, with a really interesting topic. And then now that we are on the critical mass, we are having the momentum report as well, and also an art jam, where we create together, where we put some music and we are here together creating art. And well, I can tell you, this is life changing, and you can also find these recordings on the Vision Train YouTube channel. I don't think I will be able to open the Vision Train YouTube channel here. Let me see. Yes, I am able to. And here is the Vision Train YouTube channel. You can go to the live, and you can see all the lives that happen here. And also you can see a lot of clips that are put together, that are from these recordings that you are checking now, and made up like little shorts of all these recordings that we have here, but these are not recordings. These are like transmissions of information that are gems for the life and inspiration of somebody else. So this is why it's really, really interesting to put together like all of these clips. And yeah, and now let's talk about the gathering momentum. That is the 6 week community participation and invitation for a fundraiser. And here you can find more information about why we are doing this fundraiser and what is these funds are going for. And here we are, starting week 5, collaboration and emergency. What becomes possible together? Well, this is a really interesting topic to talk about. And here also on this page, you can find a link to donate to the mighty cause. And you can come and donate. The minimum is $5, and every little and big and every kind of donation matters. And there is also the possibility of becoming a member of the Vision Train and supporting the Vision Train like that. And there is more options about how you can sponsor the Vision Train as well. And there is also the shop of the Vision Train that you can get your merchandise. Amanda was with this one there in Iceland. I was like, yay! So glad she looks so cute with this one. Yeah, and you can find many more products here on the Vision Train shop. And we are about to release also many other projects, products on the Vision Train. So hopefully by next Friday, my friends, you will know more about what is the, like, more products, what are the products that are coming to the shop. And yeah, you, and yeah, I believe I got to the end of the, of here. Yeah. How you doing?
I know it can be a lot to take in, but I'm so glad that we got that. Just like you were on fire, you moved through it so gracefully. The one thing I did want to mention too, just for posterity, is in the Mighty Networks, there's also a space specifically for new members, the AMA new members space, that will be in that sidebar that Marina was showing you guys. Um, and that's a great place. Like if you do get lost, you can always find that space and ask questions there. And also, hi, I'm Allie, Marina, you just heard from. We're both engineers on the train. Anyone that is an engineer in the Mighty Network space has an engineer badge. You can search engineer in the Mighty Network and you can directly message us as well. Um, but yeah, in this new members corner, this is where you can go, and it has like a few little tutorials about navigating the space and different little things, but mostly the feed is like where you can just ask questions and meet other new members as well. So yeah, super simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works something like a social media, right? It's really interesting, the Mighty Network, and it can be a little too much to navigate, but as you get along, and yeah, you can always reach out to the hosts of the space.
The main things, like you said, is just like knowing where to find the trip schedule and knowing where the feed is so that you can post your art and everybody can tell you how amazing it is and give you the pointers and things, whatever feedback you're looking for. This community is so fabulous about, just like building each other up, but also giving really honest, truthful, valuable feedback, you know what I mean? And we practice a lot like the art of just that, like giving graceful feedback, useful feedback, and like being receptive to feedback and stuff. So it's cool to see that in real time. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like you said everything there was to say. I mean, what else is there to say? The fundraiser is going well. I mean, you guys got to see we're up to $6,520. We probably have a little bit more revenue to add on the back end because we're also, for those of you who don't know, we set this goal because we're also using this fundraiser as a way to show you guys like how much money is coming in from your memberships and how much money is coming in from critical mass and how much money is coming in through shop revenue to show that, we're really building out this ecosystem in a way that it doesn't depend on any one thing, but there are multiple things for us to sustain, support, and to steward together. So inviting you guys to see more of that. And again, like the opportunity for sponsors is really exciting as I think about having those conversations in the coming weeks and stuff. So Yeah, we're really expanding here. And the theme of gathering momentum with last week what was creative livelihoods, um, which I don't know, for me was such a whirlwind. I feel like everything got sort of swallowed up in the eclipse. And it was like really like this invitation to like, I don't know, like to just let go in so many ways. Like I really thought that this week, it's called gathering momentum. So I thought every week was gonna feel like more of a push, and that I was gonna be like, like it's running a marathon, and I was thinking of it like really linearly, but it hasn't been that at all for me experiencing gathering momentum. It's been like one week was like the first week was like big initiation energy and a lot of excitement, and I was hosting trips every single day and like planning everything out and super energized. And then the second week was like way more integration. And then the third week, I was like sort of emerging again. And I did a few live streams and saw some really cool stuff. Like that was the week that the auction happened. So it was cool to see like the synergy happening there and how that got like told as a story with the fundraiser was really interesting. And yeah, so much of it has been way more about the conversations that have come about in the community and what it feels like it means for us moving forward. And that's what I am thinking about more and more, like with the idea of momentum, is it's not about pushing at all. It's about like what is sort of carrying you forward and like sort of being in flow with that. So yeah, as we're moving from creative livelihood, which again, like I really enjoyed looking into the background of the word livelihood, which it really does mean like in the old English or whatever, if you get into etymology, is about like your way of life. And even the word, how it was spoken before, spoke to like the visual mental image of like a path and like what is your life path. So like thinking of that mixed with creativity, creative livelihood just was so freeing, honestly. Like, yes, it's mixed in with all the money and that's what I love, but like the focus this week was just like, okay, creative livelihood and just like cultivating that feeling within myself. And then yeah, getting ready to move in this week with collaboration and emergence. And emergence, yeah, just feels so right for the heels of this eclipse because it's like, yeah, I'm feeling so, yeah, brand new, dude. I'm just like feeling really, yeah, tender in a lot of ways, but like I can just feel like so many things feel like they were almost reframed overnight. Like these things that I've been working really diligently within this community to integrate really felt like they culminated over the last couple of days, and like I'm having a lot of new like insights coming to me that like feel, familiar because I've been working on this like but and it's such a cool feeling because again, I'm not like banging my head against the wall trying to figure it out. It's just sort of coming to me. So like with that idea of gathering momentum, like again, I want to just continue to weave this that like as you are thinking about bringing more of a flow of money, of currency, of value, of wealth into your life. Like, let it be this also. Like, don't, like, I was getting a little trapped in the last, and there's plenty of moments throughout this journey because I think we all have different money trauma, where it's like, it's so easy to get trapped in like what disguises itself as like the rational mind or the logical or the whatever, the person that tells you you'll never make a living doing art and this and that and but to just like step back and see the reality is things are flowing, things can be this way, and that we can sort of like the grace of being ourselves even, so I don't know. To take it from sort of the numbers place into the theme and the conversation, I know that it's more or less just you and me here now, but yeah, I'm curious what's been alive for you.
Yeah, and thanks for sharing, Allie. It is really interesting how you were putting this wave of you mentioned that, yeah, this whole 6 weeks process, we are now going to to the fifth week, and it's not linear, even though like time is going in a linear direction. Even like if we check the themes that we selected for these weeks, they are also not that linear, even though they are super connected. Now we are going from how do we sustain a meaningful work to what becomes possible together. So what has changed from this past week before eclipse to now after eclipse season? Because yeah, for me as well, this insights has changed the tone. It is in a more clear
Mm,
and lightweight. And yeah, because well, at least for me, last week it was really interesting, like to go through this word that you mentioned, livelihoods, because I'm from Brazil, not English speaking. So livelihood, how do I interpret livelihood? I was interpreting in this old way, like a path of life, like the creative path of life.
mm,
Yeah, I was understanding this, and this is what I've been doing my whole life. Money, reciprocity, all of these were like consequence of me focusing on a creative livelihood.
mm.
All of these, like yeah, like even like for me, even this week of money, it's like I don't know how to make money. Life gave me money, like it happens, like truly happens. And don't ask me how. I'm not that one, that guru that's going to the internet saying, hey, this is how you make money. Like, I'm the opposite. Like, hey, make art. Just focus on yourself, be present. And also, like, have dreams, have intentions. But these intentions, like, if you can, may they not be focused on the money. May they be focused on what the value, not the money, but the
Right. What's
value.
the money for? What's it going to bring to your life? And focus on that thing. You go shoot past it, the money shows up. I mean, and it sounds like magic, but it's like when you have how many stories in your own life and then you have friends that also have their stories, it's like,
It
okay, I
is,
think I'll try it at least.
yes, it is like this, like, yeah, be good, do good. Life will be good. Like plus, like it's like plus
And
this, plus
sometimes a
that.
bad day is going to come, but at least then you have all this practice of like,
Bad
and
days
you have these
happen.
communities that believe in you and support you through those bad days also,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
No,
like,
bad days happen. Bad days happen for sure. We cannot. We are double beings. We cannot. Bad days happen. But what do we do with the bad? Can we transform the bad into good? Yes, we can. Yes, we have the
we can
power.
make art. We can always
And
make art. We can always share. We don't have to
yes,
hide or feel ashamed,
yes, and
like,
yeah, if we are holding hands of each other, like 100% that we can.
hmm
Alone, wow, hard. Wow, but you can, like, wow, wow, you can. A lot of hot showers, but you can. But if you are together, holding hands and seeing each other, reflect on each other, and seeing like the other person life. The other time I was sharing with a friend, she was like, "Hey, I'm 54 now." And for me, she was like almost my age. And I'm like, dude, no. I want to be like you when I grow up. You have these examples in life here on the vision train, and this is like extremely valuable. This is like, wow, why I come back to the vision train. Yes, to know these like little stories from each other. Because for me, well, I do the vision train focus here on the vision train, which is a podcast where I put one vision train writer on the spotlight. Why? Because everybody has a really awesome story. Everybody. There is no one alive that has like 35 years old or more. I can guarantee you. Everyone has an awesome life. Not awesome like in the way that, oh, it's positive. No, awesome because you've experienced a lot. You've been through a lot already. So this is amazing to hear, like how, and also the vision, like connecting to the vision train on how did we find a community, an art community? Why do we come back to an art community? Why are we here creating art? And why art come together, come to the life of each other? This is so interesting to know. This is so interesting to share. And yeah, we have this safe space to do this here. And this week, the question is, what becomes possible together? And I know for sure that me, myself, I have two hands, two legs, so I'm limited. And but when there is another human with me in the same vibe, in the same, like the similar energy, that we, similar purpose, similar energy, I double. It's double. It's not like a little bit more. No, it's double. And then there is another human. It's triple. So there is 10 times better. Like what can we do together? Like we can go beyond what we can do individually. And individually, we can do a lot, 100%. Like we have to be diligent with our work, with our health, with our wealth. We can do this. But when we are together, wow, like yeah, it's potent.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, April, do you want to share a little bit like what is coming through to you?
Was there a particular question?
No, I mean, really, we just spent some time, there's a theme every week that we're exploring. So we were talking about sort of the last week was creative livelihood, and then this week is collaboration and emergence. And each one does have a question to go along with it. So with collaboration and emergence, it's just like what's possible together. Um, but really, yeah, anything that's coming up is valid. You don't have to, it's not a test. There's no right answer. So we're just curious what's on your mind.
Well, I'll go with what came to mind without overthinking it is community. And you hear it a lot and it sounds cliche and you're like, whatever, whatever. But I've realized like I never had a community, but I always wanted it. And I've always been seeking it. But I've been seeking it from I don't want to say the wrong people. It's just I don't know. It's interesting. It's like you have family, you have friends, and you kind of maybe automatically assume that they're part of your community, and that's not necessarily the case. They're part of a community, but maybe not my community. And then it's like, oh, I realize like I have to find my community, not just a community that maybe I'm just thrust into or just born into or that's fine, but it's like, okay, it's okay to look for other communities. It don't have to be a bad or a good, it's okay to branch out and do these things. And I realized um I'm the only one around, like when I'm around people, whatever, but I'm the only one that talks like this. Like, okay, there's different aspects to me. So it's like, okay, I can share with the people around me on some level, but it's like, okay, when there's other aspects of me, I need to find other people who understand and I can share and I don't look like I have three heads or look at being looked at funny or weird or judged or anything. It's like, oh, so it's not about maybe for me, just having one community. It's like, oh, maybe I need multiple types of different types of creativities, maybe a creative community, maybe a more spiritual community, it's like, oh, okay. Because I think a lot of times we think this so narrow or linear, and it's like, no, it literally is like whatever want this world to be. you know, you don't have to just fit in this box, in this box. You can fit in all of them. You could color outside of all the lines if you choose to. You know, it's always going to be someone to say that's wrong and that's bad and social media and in this. And if you get to a place where you could kind of I'm not going to say like, if you get to a place where you could accept that that's just how maybe the world operates, but maybe I don't have to operate in that. Like, I understand I'm in the world, but I don't have to operate like that. And then, you know, you feel nervous because you feel like an outsider and all this, oh my God. And then again, community becomes really important because it's like, oh, you're not so weird. Like, just me having this conversation and sharing it in a way that I am. I don't necessarily share like that in my normal life because people either cut me off or I'm talking over them, but they don't want to say that. Or there's maybe secret envy or jealousy, and I'm just coming from a place of love and wanting to share and maybe have my conversations. You know, everybody have theirs, and I'm like, that's fine. But when I want to have my conversation, it's an issue, and then I'm like, oh, I need another maybe community for that, for that layer of me, that side, you know, that aspect of me. I don't know if all that made sense.
Yes, 100%.
This is something we do, choo choo. This means choo choo. We do this on the train. It's like
Um,
our ups for people or applause, so you can see that it's amen if you're into that, you know.
thank you.
So it 100% made sense. Yeah, so much of the train for me, like, oh my God, it made so much it made so much sense. But it's like, yeah, it's so cool because the train allowed me to trust myself enough to trust other people to feel like, because so much of the time, at least in my life, where it's like you have all those experiences where it's just like feeling shut down or feeling like almost like not fitting into the community that you're born into or whatever. And like, you know, like it's either, you know, not they're not interested in what you're interested in or like they can't relate and different stuff, to where like we internalize that and we shut ourselves down, you know what I mean? It's like almost like being in the closet, you know, in certain ways. And it's just like, yeah, so finding the vision train, what's so cool about it is with all the different trips and the different conductors, like all these little constellations start to form. And that's what I've learned that community is really about, is like, you know, there is this larger community, and I'm not going to agree with every single person every single day, but there's always someone, you know, that is going to get me, that I know I can go to, that, you know what I mean, about this stuff that, you know, frankly, you know, a lot of us aren't finding that at our jobs or, you know, maybe in our home life or whatever. But to have that outlet, yeah, 100%. We all get that here. We do.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Chantel, so nice to see you. You wanna share something with us? Good morning.
Oh, um, mm, just coming out of the dream state and like, oh yeah, I've woken up. I'm getting on the train this morning. Yeah. Um, community. Community is everywhere. Community is like I had, you know, Vision Train comes into my life. Wow, what an amazing community. Then I pack up and leave my town and buy into a land share intentional community. Um, that was a huge lesson around the word community, because after 2 years of being here in this land share, I fucking hated the word. It's like, community, what the fuck is that? And who is that? And how are we supposed to be if we're in it? Like all these obligations and expectations. And throughout that time of, like off grid living, shitting in a bucket kind of thing, I would find these little pockets of being able to get onto the internet and get back on the train, because it was like my savior of going, wow, there are normal people in this world that love me and that support me that have never touched me. and and so to me it is this big journey of really figuring out what community is. And there's a little hindsight for me too, because a beautiful spirit mama has just passed, through. She had to go out in the Lion's Gate, which is, yes, very, very Aaron. But with her passing, made me really think about those years that I spent with her and her family. And it's like, that was community. It wasn't under some umbrella or banner of this word. It just was. It was just a group of people getting together and loving each other and really supporting each other. And to me, that's what the Vision Train actually does. Is the bottom line is that we fully support each other. And it doesn't matter whether we agree or whether we live on completely different continents and countries and have completely different belief systems. We show up, and we show up with love, care, and respect. And that is something that is just, I think in the fundamental foundations. And that's what grows a community. It's not all this pie in the sky idealism of, oh, we're changing the world. Change yourself, then the world changes. We don't change the world changes when we change ourselves. The illusion breaks down and becomes a new illusion. Anyway, that's my little rant. I'm just grateful to jump on. And the other thing, I missed all these in the last few weeks. So the week before, when you just touched on that, was like money and the momentum money, livelihood. It's like, even though I'm not a full active participant in this momentum, the momentum is rippling into my life. Like, I've been connected with a couple of art groups and art societies, and now I'm having a meeting with some people that are kind of connected with the government and government grants, and it's just like all happening. It's life is lifing, and that flow, like the flow of money. Like, yes, I do get crazy around, oh my God, how am I going to make money? But it does just happen. It happens when we're in it, when we're living and being our fullest selves. Yeah.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Yay. Thanks so much for this share, Chantel. It's really truly inspiring to hear you all the time. And it's been 6 years. So yeah, I'm one of those that really, really care for you and never got the chance to touch you. But maybe one day.
Yeah. And going back to what April was sharing about, yeah, I mean, there's no judgment whatsoever here. And Chantel is one of the first people I really felt like I connected with on the train, and like led me through some of my first like guided meditations where I actually visualized something. like that doesn't always happen for me. Like I feel like, you know, you can make these really, I know that I'm not speaking out of turn. That woman is my sister. I don't know what she means that we haven't touched each other because we totally have. And it's just a matter of time before we meet in person. It's just like really special. And the longer we continue to come together, you know, it just like appreciates and value, so to speak, borrowing some money metaphors, because it's just like honestly, like yeah, it's like I don't get to see you so often, but every time I do, like I was about to cry before you even shared about your spiritual mama. It's just like I could feel the gravity of you and your presence, and like just you know, we know each other, so it's like thank you for sharing that, and I'll be thinking of you. I know how adept you are at navigating these portals and all of that, but you know, I know you're also a human woman with a life and that's a lot to carry, so I'll be thinking of you.
Wow.
But yeah, I feel like that's we've come essentially to the end of the live stream, unless I mean, anyone want to follow up on that, or do we feel pretty complete? Because I think that would be sort of the perfect wave to ride into an art jam.
Yes, it's been really amazing to gathering momentum here on the train, and I deeply appreciate all the presence and attention that we have here all the time. I am truly, truly, truly honored by these days. I remember these teachings that, yeah, I will say that again. Our presence and attention is the most valuable thing that we have.
Hmm. Yeah, and big thanks to April for, you know, really, you know, showing up, you know, the first time on the train. It's amazing to meet you, I gotta say. And you really just like the way that your presence and you shared so freely was like really inspiring. So it's amazing, like I said, to meet you. And I do hope you continue to ride the train with us. It's great to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yay, choo choo! We have a new rider on the train. So everyone on the live stream, jump on board so we can our jam. And if you cannot today, tomorrow there is something on Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday, Wednesday I'm here. So come and check me out and come hang out together and create art. And we'll see you on board. Thank you so much.
Choo choo!